the senior sales managers in Danube. All right. So whenever you have any client meetings, any queries, anything related to any of our projects, you can reach out to me. I believe Ravi bhai, we do not have a group yet, so maybe if you can have a group or maybe add in one, yeah, and then I'll share my number as well in the meantime. So just before we start the presentation about the new project and all, in the meantime, I would want to know from you, what are the projects that you get maximum queries about for Danube? What is it that you want to know more about Danube? So if you have like questions one by one, you can ask me while in the meantime we get connected.
We are running a campaign for times.
Running a campaign for times. Good.
We're getting requests for that.
Good.
We are trying to arrange meeting, and I think from there maybe they'll ask for others.
Yeah, so running a campaign for times is going to be good because number one, Silicon Oasis and Sport City is almost like a similar kind of locations, similar kind of pricing as well. You will get in both these locations, and then if you have the leads for times, maybe we can pitch them both Aspires and times as well. And then times again, it is. Coming with some amazing propositions when it comes to the pricing of the project, when it comes to the payment plan. So anyways, like everyone knows here that the Danube is the pioneer when it comes to the payment plan, as well as giving you the amenities in any of the towers, right? So I'm majorly here to discuss about the new project, which is Aspires. Apart from Aspires, if you would want to know about any other projects which has inventory, so I have a couple of them which has inventories at the moment, right? We have fashions, we have diamonds, in JLT we have oceans, the one beds available. So if you have people wanting to buy in the maritime city, right now the prices for the one bedroom is like skyrocket, and then we are having the one bedrooms available at around 2 million dirhams, and that too on a payment plan, right? So yes, it is not the complete panoramic view of the sea, but see, we need to understand that this project is also a very nice proposition. So let's say oceans 1, 2 and 3 are placed like this. So let's say if I'm giving you any unit over here, and then of course it will be facing this particular building. However, if you come to the balcony, you see the sea on this side, you see the sea on this side. So the sea view is there on both the sides of the building. Okay, so the sea view is there, but definitely the client gets a little particular about how my sales offer comes. It says that the oblique sea view, right? I cannot say the panoramic sea view because anyways there is a building in front. You know, that is my own building. So you have to explain to the client that there is a 25 meters of gap in the buildings. Number one. Number two, you see the sea on both the sides. Number three, you can also see the amenities downstairs, right? So there is an infinity pool, nice beach that we have made in and around the building. All right. So that is there in Maritime City. Getting a 2 million dirhams one bedroom apartment is a steal in the current market. That's what I feel, because that will have a capital appreciation potential of up to 100% as well. So you take in 2 million today, it can be 3 million, it can be 3.5. You know, like everyone knows that how Maritime City is going to be performing in the future, right? So that's about that's about oceans that we have. Then we have some good sale, what do you call, the offers on the projects like fashions, diamonds, base 101 and base 102. So we have got a 5 years post handover payment plan on these projects, so which is just 0.5% per month for 60 months. So no other developer in the market, like no other reliable developer, or like even the new developer, will not have a 5 years post handover payment plan. So literally you just have to put in 70% of the capital. After that, everything else, like literally everything else, will be covered from the rental. So let's say if you take in diamonds, a one bedroom is costing 1.8 million, right? By the time it's getting ready, you're paying only 70% of the property value. Once you paid 70%, the post handover becomes only 9,000 per month, right? For a one bedroom in JLT, you will easily get 15,000 per month for rentals, right? Be it your short term, be it your long term, right? So that is the kind of proposition that we are talking about. So even after paying the payment plan value, still you will be saving some money, you know. So the effective cost of the property becomes even more less, and your ROI is very high. So all our projects with this payment plan are coming out to be 12 to 15% as a return on investment. So I'll just give you a simple calculation. So now let's say we take a one bedroom in diamonds, okay? 1.8 million is the price. So by the time it is getting handed over, so we are paying only 1.26, okay? 1.26, I give you the keys, you can start to rent the property, right? Now, a reliable one bedroom, like if you talk about the buildings which are new, if you talk about the buildings which are giving you maximum amenities, a one bedroom currently is going at around 160, 170,000, right? My building, if it's ready, it comes with 30 plus amenities. It is coming with the branded furnitures, right? And then, anyways, we have seen in the past, like be it my building in Arjan, be it my building in Furjan, we fetch at least 10% to 20% higher rentals as compared to any other building in that area. Simple reason is because of the, oh, thank you so much. Simple reason is because of the amenities that we give in the building, as well as the payment plans that we have, right? So 1.26 we talked about. Now let's say 180,000. Let's skip that. Let's say 160,000 if I'm able to get on my current property as a rental. Minus I'll do the 12,000, which will be for your service charges yearly. So 148,000 you can get as a net rental per year on this particular unit. I divided by 12, so it is 12,300 per month that you will rent your property. Minus you pay to me 9,000 for your payment plan. You're still left with 3,300 to you. So the effective cost of the property, like literally what is going out of your pocket for this one bedroom is only 1.2, 1.26, 1.3 maximum you can say. And then you will start earning right after I give you the keys of the apartment. So this is what we need to explain to the client, because looking at the whole picture of 1.8 million might, he might think that it's but clients like literally never think that it's an expensive product or it is not an expensive product. It is we who think that, yeah, 1.8 is a very high, ticket size or this and that. Because the client who's having 200 million, 300 million in his bank account doesn't bother if it's 1.8. He's just caring about the numbers. You just explain him the numbers right and he'll be sold, you know. So my way of course, if I get an end user, it's a different story. But most of my clients are investors, so I only talk numbers with them. That is what they understand. Investors only understand numbers, nothing else. They don't care about what the product is. Definitely, they will care about the location because of the appreciation. But if you are able to explain the numbers right, definitely it's your client. All right. So we'll just start off with aspires. Before I start, if any questions you guys have. All right. So I'll start. Okay. Let's understand first the location.
This is a new one, right?
This is the new one. So this is the first time ever Danube has come up with the residential as well as the commercial spaces, right? We never had commercial spaces. We did.
Are we selling commercials also, Are you selling commercials as well?
Yeah, we are selling commercials. So we used to have retails, but now there are office spaces in this particular tower. So this is a commercial plus a residential. So like it's both. So now this was the project that we launched like few months ago, Sports by Danube. It was a massive project with some like 1,200 good units, got sold out within like 30-35 days. Okay. And then, so like from this project, we know that the demand of Sports City is like good. That's number one. The land parcel is a very strategic land parcel because it is only at the edge of Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, so it has got easy exits and easy ins. Okay. And then if you talk about the future of the building, so basically, the biggest plus is the international cricket stadium that we have. So the ICC championship, everything which has happened recently, that also increased the potential of the holiday homes in this area, right? You have the Autodrome on the other side. You have the Miracle Gardens. So these are some of the touristic attractions that might get you the holiday home rentals as well. That is why we have got you the hotel apartment. These are not these are not the normal apartments that we used to have. These are like the premium hotel apartments. So it's a commercial come hotel apartments. Next point to that is you're also going to have a metro which is going to be near the international stadium. So that is when you will have your capital appreciation as well in this project. Okay. So that's about the location. Any questions for the location? All right. So I'll just the plot. So basically, no, not the same. We cannot. So the plot for sports is this plot. Okay. So this is my sports plot. Okay. Aspires plot is this one. This is the Aspires plot. Just another towards the stadium side.
Guys, you have an idea of the location?
All right. So I will just open the brochure now.
So these are completely hotel apartments.
Yes, that's right.
apartment, VAT is applicable.
VAT is applied, but because of the launch, we are taking the VAT on us. So you do not pay any VAT. But whenever you will rent your apartment, you will take it from the tenant.
But what will be the status of the property in title deed? It will be a commercial, because when you sell hotel apartment, it comes
Yes.
into commercial property.
Yeah, so basically it will come into commercial. It's a commercial plot. Okay, it will come as a commercial land when it's in the title deed, and then we are not charging, like basically it's inclusive. The VAT is inclusive with the price, so we're not charging additional VAT for 5%. We're just saying 4%. But whenever you will rent the property, definitely you will have to take 5% from the tenant. Okay.
So that you can take only if you have registration for VAT. You cannot take VAT without the registration.
That's right, but you will include it in the, you will make the tenancy contract in the
main
way.
thing is we cannot, you are not going to ask. But when we get, so it is important, because when we sell, definitely client will ask us.
Correct, correct. Because see, there are
Receipts you will share. Since you are paying, definitely it will be mentioned somewhere that you have paid
correct,
VAT, right?
correct. That's
Because
right.
if I'm buying something today, and if I have not paid, tomorrow government then ask me why you have not paid. So
That's
I should have
correct.
the proof of that as well, right? So do you think we will?
Yes, we are making our thing, like we are making. That's what we are. We are not able to allocate the units yet. So what my audit team is doing, they're reducing the price and then they are adding the 5% to it. So you will have all the legal documents that will say that you have paid the VAT already for this. Okay. So now that's Aspires. So the slogan says live here, work here. So if you talk about the building elevation, okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So now if you talk about the building elevation, so you have got two basements, a ground, then you have got 7 level of podiums for the parking. Okay. Now you've got 7 levels of podium for the parking. Then on the first floor, you will have most of the amenities. So Danube style amenities, 30 plus amenities. You talk about a swimming pool, you talk about a pedal tennis court, you talk about a cricket pitch, you talk about like whatever we have, it's all there in this project. Now from the second floor all the way till the 15th floor, you have got offices, right? So the commercial spaces. Second to the 15th, it's all offices. Okay. Now, the good part about this is first time ever that any of the commercial spaces or the office spaces can also enjoy the amenities, right? So if you would want to do your team building activities and everything, you will have the access to the indoor activities as well as the outdoor activities. So this is a very new concept and people are liking it too much. And imagine the office spaces are starting at only 850,000. Nothing like that is it. Yes, so basically some of the sporting amenities are common for the residents as well as the office spaces. But for the office spaces, we have not allowed all the amenities. We have restricted to some. It's different. It's different. So it's going to come. So entry for the offices is different, entry for the residential is different. Okay, so that's the tallest tower in the sports city. This is for your overseas client that you can send them so that they can see that how much time it's going to take. So building configurations we already talked about. 2 to 15th you have office spaces, 17 to 48 you have fully furnished convertible hotel apartments, 30 plus amenities. Now if you see 15 plus amenities are for the offices. So we have restricted the amenities for the offices because of course like the pool cannot be used by the offices, the steam sauna cannot be used by the offices because that is mostly for the residential people. All right. So we have got studios 1, 2, 3 and the office spaces. Amenities are all on the first floor. Moving further, that is how the entrance of the building is going to look like. So as you were asking about the entrances, so the office entrances is from this side where the sports is. This is the office entrances and this is the entrance for the hotel apartment. So you have different entrances and different lifts for both. So it has got 5 lifts over here, 5 lifts over here. Commercial units will have parkings like the standard parkings that you have usually with the commercial units. All right, so this is the entrance lobby for the office. This is how you can make your office and all. This is just the glimpse. I'll just skip this. So now we have something called the standard office. We have something called the executive office. We have something called the premier office. All right. Standard office is actually like around a 400 square feet, 350 to 400 square feet. Starting price is at 850,000. Okay. It can, sorry, around 350 to 400 square feet. All right. Now it can accommodate a manager's cabin, a 12 workstation.
Sorry to cut you, brother. And you don't have lockable and virtual spaces like virtual. I mean to say, a common office. Unlockable. These are all lockable spaces.
I don't get your question yet.
See. In India,
Huh.
there are some commercial properties in which there is a lockable property, like a specific office reserved for the client. Okay. And on another side, there is virtual spaces. So in the virtual spaces, there are multiple owners for a single co-working.
That's not a virtual space. That's a co-working space. Virtual is not a tangible space. That's like a metaverse you're talking about. So virtual spaces, people taking their trade license in Dubai don't want to have an office. They're taking a virtual office. Virtual means that is you cannot touch, you cannot enter. It's just in document somewhere, right? What you're talking about is the co-working spaces. Co-working space is something a different concept. So this is not a co-working space. This would be a single owned office. However, if you would want to have a multiple partner, they can own this one office as well. Okay. Now, it can accommodate one manager's cabin, 12 workstation, reception, and the visitor's zone, right? So this is like one concept that we have shown you for the standard office. However, the office are coming shell and core. So you can make your offices your way. Okay. Now we have got the executive office, which is like around 650 square feet. Okay. The starting price for this is like around 1.4 million dirhams, 1.4, 1.5, you can say. You will have a manager's cabin, 20 stations, reception, visitor zones, and the coffee station as well over here.
Choose either you will design for us or we can design.
We're not designing anyways, so you will have to design. Like we're giving shell and core. So shell and core means that there would be just four walls. All right, because see, different offices will have different requirements. Now let's say if I start giving this office furnished, some people might like it, okay, that's fine, I like it. Some people would say that no, I don't like the seating arrangement, I would want to have a different seating arrangement. So getting a seating arrangement is not that difficult. So that's the reason that we give Shell and Co, that what is the kind of activities you're planning, we don't know, and then we cannot ask the contractor to make the office as per the individual requirements. That is
Offices in around Dubai or UAE, you will always get shell and core because every business have a different requirement. When you apply for the license or the tenancy, you have to choose a particular type of tile as per the business, complete different setup. And again, the main point is I wanted to choose how my office would look like.
exactly.
If I'll give you a furnished one, then maybe majority of the people would not like it.
Exactly.
Then it will
Majority
be-
will not like.
So tiles even you won't get because as I said, different businesses has to use different kind of tiles.
Now, there is something called the premier offices, right? So the premier is like around 800 square feet, which can accommodate around 22 to 25 workstations. You will have manager's cabin, meeting room, reception, and the visitor's zone as well, right? Uh, and then we have something called the customized office, which is called the prestige. You can combine around 3,300 square feet of offices as per the custom requirements of the client, right? Now let's say if somebody wants a 800 square feet of office, what we can do for him is we can combine two standard offices of 400 each, so they will be able to get 800 square feet. But what I would recommend you is that whenever you have a requirement, just say that this is what we have, and then let his come from the client that how much square feet is he looking at, so that we can accommodate him somewhere or the other.
What is the price of 800 square foot?
800 square feet is like around 1.85 starting price, 1.9.
What the standard ones? 850 you said.
850 is the starting price, yeah, and that's inclusive of VAT.
How many units you have for these like different?
The commercials, so we have like around 236 commercial spaces in total.
Now you customize and
Yeah, when you will customize and all, that will of course become less number of spaces, but as of now, that what we have made as per the floor plate is around 236 spaces. Okay, now these are the glimpse of the amenities. You have an indoor gym with the shower, You have an outdoor gym, you will have the basketball court, you will have the pedal tennis court, cricket pitch,
Sorry, if I forget, the
yeah, no
payment plan
worries.
is same for all, right?
All
Even
the
for
project, like for the residents, for the commercial. This is the first time ever that any commercial you will have a post handover payment plan.
and if somebody is buying two offices to combine it,
Uh-huh.
the price would be same. Like you'll consider or give them some discounts, or
See, if there are multiple units, like let's say more than 5 units, if somebody is taking, definitely we can give them some good discounts.
if somebody is trying to merge two offices, then it will be like individual
Like
price.
individual, and then we'll merge it and give it to them. Okay. The prestige one, the customize up to 3,260 square feet. And then if somebody is wanting more, they can do that as well. Customized office can be anything, any sizes, any sizes. Right? Then you have something very new, which is the podcast studio, which can be used for the offices as well. Business center. So yes, also after the commercial spaces, let's say if you're a small business owner, right, you would want to have your client meetings. You cannot do it in the small office. You have the business center in the community itself, which you can use for your client meetings. All right. You will have a business cafe as well, so you can use any of these two. Right. You have indoor cinema, multi-purpose hall, prayer rooms, and then this is something which is actually amazing, that you have a shuttle service that will go from Dubai Internet City metro station to the Dubai Sports City to our project, right? It takes like literally 12 to 15 minutes of drive to reach there. And then in the future, anyway, you're going to have a metro to the Dubai Sports City. But in the meantime, you have this.
And this is for the commercial units or for both?
For both commercials as well as for the residents. Every 30 minutes, you will have a shuttle going. Now, if you talk about the premium hotel apartments, definitely it has got a separate entrances. Uh, Now, this is something that we have new, that one bedroom, you can use it as a three utility spaces. So you will have one master bedroom, you will have a living space that can be converted into a second bedroom, as well as you have a multi-purpose hall that you can use it for your maid, you can use it for your kids' room and all. So that is how we are saying that one bedroom can be used like three rooms. Okay, I'll show you the one of the layouts. And then this is the new color that we have introduced, that always you guys have complaints about Danny was too flashy, it's like too much golden. Now we have called the minimal lux. This is the color wherein we have put everything whites and off whites. We do not have any colors in this. The sample apartment is going to be ready for this particular color within 5 more days. So we have three sample apartments now in the office, two one bedrooms, one studio, and one two bedroom. And then the other two colors, we already have it. Now, I'll just not discuss much in about the amenities. Let me just straight off come to the additional, core services that we have, which are included in the service charges. You don't need to pay anything extra for this. So you have bellboy service. You have a concierge service, 24/7 security surveillance. It's there in any building, anyways. Lobby, you have a coffee machine. You have a common area maintenance. You have common area housekeeping, utilities for the common areas, Wi-Fi in the swimming pools. You have the reception is anyways there, and then you have the in-room facilities. Anyways, we're giving you fully furnished apartments, so you have these in-rooms facilities already, right? And then if you would want to add some of these services like a valet parking, housekeeping, personal trainer, dry cleaning, and the laundry, anyways, these are on the additional cost, be it anywhere of Dubai.
Like you said, the maintenance and all, so this will be taken care by Danube itself.
That's
The
right.
whole maintenance.
The whole maintenance of the building will be taken by Danube.
Sorry, not Danube itself.
Danube itself, yes. We used to have a third parties who were maintaining our buildings, but now we have our own company called Elite. So all of our new project have Elite as a service maintenance company. Starting from Pearls, we had Elite. Otherwise, we had Stratum in the previous building.
How many retails are there in this project?
Retails are not there. It's just the commercial spaces. Are you talking about how many offices?
No, like shops and
Shops we don't have. Shops we don't have. Even if it is there, I don't think there is any retail spaces in this, but we have retails the other way on the next plot, sports. So now 1% monthly payment plan, 70% till handover, 30% post handover. Anticipated completion date is December 2028. Okay, so those are the pricing for the standard office. You have 850, 10 to 12 workstation. Executive starting is 1.4, 18 to 20 workstation. Premier is at 1.85, 22 to 25. And then Prestige can be customizable as per the requirement. Talking about the inventories available for this hotel apartments, you have got a studio flex. So basically, it's a convertible into a one-bedroom apartment. Starting price is 850,000. Now, the beauty of this project is that if you would want to take the apartment which is on the lowest floor as well, that is also on the 17th plus 7, you know, so it is on the 25th floor already, so you don't have to compromise on the height of the building. So anyways, if you're even taking at the lowest floor, you're at 25 levels already.
In this project, you don't have normal studios.
No, we don't have. We all of them are flex, right? Then we have one bedroom. This is a smaller one bedroom, which is just having one washroom and the living room. That's about it. And then that is starting at 1.125. It's a 500 square feet. 500. Yeah, that's a smaller one bedroom. Then we have one bedroom flex plus. It can go up to 800 square feet. So it will have a multi-purpose room that you can use for the maids or the kids. It will have the living room that can be converted, and it also has the master bedroom. Okay. Now we talk about the two bedroom flex plus. Again, this two bedroom is also coming with the convertible into three bedroom and a multi-purpose room. So it's like a 2 plus maids, you can say. Starting price is 1.75. And then three bedroom, again, it's convertible to 5, as we can convert the living room into the bedroom, and then a multi-purpose room. So 5 spaces, 5 utility spaces. All right, the starting price is 2.5 million for that. Now,
are there any offices already in Sports City, and what is the rental going on? Any idea?
so right now, I just happened to see one of the, like, I don't know the building name, but I was just searching office spaces in and around Sports City. So the 800 square feet office was going at 185,000
Where?
in Sports City. In Sports City. So we can see it together right now. So it's actually giving, and one more I shared. But say there are not a lot of spaces available now. But let's say if you go to Sports City, now let's say I don't want for rent now. It's showing me for rent. It's a bigger space. Now see, around 1100 square feet going at 200,000. So yeah, this was the one I was talking about, 872 square feet at 185,000. Now let's say if you take two standard spaces, which is around 800 square feet, this is in a tower wherein you don't have amenities and all. I'm not sure how the tower is, right? What tower it says? Yeah. Sports hotel apartment. Yeah, this is also the hotel apartment. So I think we will get the similar kind of rental. So now let's say, and then after 3 years down the line, definitely the rentals can also increase a bit. We can expect it at around 200,000, but we'll take it as per today, 185,000, 190,000. If you combine two office spaces, 850 into 2, it will be like around 1.7, right? 1.7, 1.8 million dirhams. By the time this is getting ready, you will pay only 70%. So basically you will pay only 1.2 million dirhams, and then you will start to rent it at almost 200,000, right? Yeah. So let's say 180,000 you started to rent it, divided by 12, it's 15,000 dirhams. And then your payment plan is coming out to be 17,000 dirhams. So you're just paying additional 2,000 dirhams from your pocket, and then your rental is also, your payment plan is also taken care of. So now 2,000 you will pay for another 30 more months. 60 plus how much we paid initially? 1.2 something, right? So the effective cost for this become 1.26. Now if I take the ROI on this around 200,000 on a 1.26, it comes out to be 15% net.
And the service charges same for the for commercial and
Commercial will be a little less. For the apartments will be a little more high. So like the service charges for the apartments will be like around 17 to 18, and for the commercial maybe around 16. brochure we already saw. And this is how the payment plan breakdown is. So June you pay 10%, then 1 month gap, August, then 111%. So there are 3 bullet payments over here: June 2026, June 2027, and June 2028. Each year, June 2028. This will become 5%, and then this will shift to July now because June is almost ending. All right, and then 30 years post handover payment plan until June 2031. Okay. You guys want to have a look at the layouts?
For which you got better response, offices or hotel part?
Offices, like, it's actually responding like really nice responses that we have got for office, because this is something very new. And apartments, definitely we have. So apartments ka UI we used to get anyways, but offices, people are very much concerned because 850 on a payment plan is a steal, actually, you know. And 800 square feet space you get at 1.7 million. It's amazing. And then, of course, the kind of traffic that you face in Business Bay, definitely people will try to move to these kind of, people have started to move to JVC, Motor City for the office spaces, just because of the traffic that is in and around this area, right? So you will have diversified traffic in the future as well. So everywhere it can be, what do you call, distributed. So these are the layout, studio layout. We do not have to talk much about it. So this is the smaller 1 bedroom. You enter, you have a kitchen, living space, balcony, and then this bathroom is common that can be used for a living room as well as the bedroom. Okay, this is the smaller one. This is around 496 square feet. This starting at 1.125. Someone who has a budget of like really low budget, you cannot spend more than 1.2 million for a 1 bedroom. Give them this. It's better than a studio. Now, this is something, so there are 3 units for the flex bedrooms. So you enter, you have a multi-purpose room that will have dual access for the bathroom from this side as well as from the common areas, kitchen, living and dining space, 1 balcony here, and then the master room, 1 balcony here. Okay, then again it's similar kind of dual access bathroom, and then full run through balcony. And then this layout is the biggest layout, which is 792 square feet, wherein you have a separate multi-purpose room with a ensuite washroom. You have a full washroom, which is the common one, not a powder. Then you have a kitchen, living and dining space, which can be converted into a second bedroom. And then this is the bedroom with the master. Okay, so 1 room, 2 room, and then you have a multi-purpose room, and it's a big enough room. If you would see, it's a like 2.24 to 2.26, and then you have a bathroom additional to that, right? Then we have got 2 beds and 3 beds. If you have any questions, and then yes, if you talk about the views, so anything that you see on this side of the building, this is the Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed side. Okay, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed side, this is where my sports is. This is the towards the stadium side, and this is the golf course. So the internal golf course of the building. And then you can also explain your clients where is what amenities located from the floor plans you can see, and mark and see like where are the amenities.
How many units on the floor?
Let's see it again. So if you see, different floors will have from 70th to 13th, you have like around 20 units. Then over here, it becomes 16 from 31st to 36th. And then from 37 to, it becomes 14. So 20, 16 and 14. So as high you go, the floor plate becomes less because 5 lifts. 5 lifts for both. 4 plus 1, 4 plus 1. So like 4 passenger lifts and 1 service lift. All right, so that's all about Aspires by Danube. So the major USP of the project, of course, is the payment plan, the commercials with the payment plan, the fully furnished hotel apartment, something very new in the market, again on the payment plan, right? So because of the payment plan is where the investors make money, right? Because you don't pay your apartment cost or the office cost in full, and you start earning already, so you can use this money to pay your installments to us, and then you will still save some, because where in the world you will get the properties in hand without even paying for that in full? That's the beauty with Danube as well as with some developers in Dubai, but not reliable developers. I would say that no one is giving post handover payment plan like the renowned developers don't give a post handover payment plan anymore, right? So Danube is the only one who is sustaining to the post handover payment plan when you come to the reliable
Do you have
developers.
a property management company also?
Yes,
Manage the rental?
yes, we do have it. Innova is our concern, like the broker partners who will manage it for the different. Unit allocation, we were planning to do it like maybe we'll do it today or tomorrow. So like within this week, you will start to get the units, right? Anyone has EOIs done already? Not yet? Not yet. But 50,000. However, if the client is not ready to pay 50,000, take something, at least 25, 30, whatever it is. Yeah, only if he doesn't choose the unit. If he says that I'm going to go ahead with this unit, I block the unit, then he's come the second day saying that I want the refund, that is not possible. But let's say if he's saying that no, I'm not liking the unit allocated to me, refund my money, then is when it is refundable. Once I allocate that amount to a specific unit, I block that unit, in that case it becomes non-refundable.
Vishal bhai, can you do one thing? Can you give us a very short brief about diamonds?
For sure.
Because diamonds is the only project in GLP now.
Yes. So actually good. So diamonds.
Sorry, Vishal, sorry to cut you. First of all, you guys have question about this project?
Yeah, Aspires. Any questions?
You have not asked any question. What is the per square foot rate of this project?
Mm. Yeah, that's correct. That's
How
correct.
much it is? Why this project is good? Any reason, Karan? What do you think? Why this project is good?
Because this is very first time they are coming with a like commercial and a residential project.
Amit, why you think this project is good? Or somebody should buy this project?
Major reason is because of the commercial thing. There is I mean, if you look from a broader perspective, in the market there is a shortage of office space. Okay, and office space can get us more rentals as well. What we are showed right now, things are like right in front of us. We can get more than like what 15% here buying something on payment plan. As simple. So that is the major.
So that is because of the commercial space. But what would you sell? Apartment, or what would you recommend to an investor? Or apartment?
Commercials to investors.
Any other positives? Right?
He explained 15% ROI. Who actually understood how he calculated?
The
Explain. Siddharth, can you explain how he calculated 15% ROI?
Before on the completion, the one that he paid.
How much? Let's say he buys
1.7 was the price for the both the units combined together.
And let's say the payment is around 70/30.
Yeah.
And then let's take out the investment should be 120. That's 120. On the 120 remaining is
I think.
You guys have to understand this. These things are important. How we calculate 15%, because someone is coming to buy a commercial, he is someone who should understand the ROI perspective. And if you don't understand that, if you're not able to tell him the numbers, you won't be able to sell it. And 15%, how we calculated, who has got the idea? Like anyone can
The
explain?
rental in that area divided by the total invested amount.
No, actually, he said that the until handover, the total price will be 12.6, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, and if you give it around 200,000, after maintenance, deduct the maintenance, it will be around 15%. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. So.
Can you
So-
Divided by sorry.
no, you're right. Just explain in a simpler way. Some
Okay.
of you guys are new to
Okay, I'll just write it here. I'll just write it here. We'll just take a million dirhams, just for the easy calculations. Now let's say the property value is a million dirhams. Okay. By the time the property is getting ready, you will pay a 70% which would be around 700,000. Now initially we take, now let's this thousand can be around a 500 square feet, let's say an office space of a 500 square feet or a 400 square feet, a little more than the 400 square feet. So the 400 square feet we can expect the rentals at around 70. So let's say we are getting 100,000 or 120,000 on this. Boss, I'm just in a meeting. Is it urgent?
Bro, just check your WhatsApp.
Yeah, I will just check. Urgent तो नहीं है ना भाई?
Urgent है इसलिए.
Oh.
Client is at the back. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, man. One of the clients is at the bank. I have to. Okay. So now let's say the rentals of this particular unit, just for the calculations, or else I will just do the real time basis what I did initially so that no one is confused. Now let's say two spaces together is at 1.7 million. Okay. 70% of this is coming out to be 1.26, right? 1.2 था?
196 आ रहा है तो
1.9, okay. 1.2, let's say. 1.2 million is what you invested from your pocket. Okay, this is what you got out of your pocket till the time the property was getting handed over to you. Now let's say 200,000 is the rental of this particular property. Okay, 200,000, 800 into let's say 15. So we'll deduct minus 12,000 for the service charges. Whenever you are deducting the service charges in front of your client, say that the service charges will already be paid, like will definitely be paid by you by any of the buildings in and around that area on the same calculations, but over here you're getting it for a additional value added for the amenities, right? And then I just want to deduct it. No one will deduct it for you. I just want to deduct it. Just I want to show you that actually what is getting inside your pocket. So now 200,000 minus 12,000, 188,000. Now 188,000 is the net rent that we are talking about. That is to his pocket. Excuse me for my handwriting, guys. It's a little different. 188,000 divided by 12. So every month you are paying around 15,700. It's 15,666, but let's say 15,700 every month that you pay as your rentals. Okay. Now, what was the payment plan?
Make sure you understand.
Now, what was the payment plan over here? Can someone tell me if the property is 1.7 million, how much is the 1% that he's going to pay? 17,000, right? Now, 17,000 is what you need to pay to Danube. However, what is you are getting in your account? 15,700. Okay. So, minus 15,700, 1,300 is what you will have to pay to Danube instead of 17,000. So 17,000 paid for 30 months is 510,000. Okay. Now 13,000 paid for 30 months is around 39,000. Okay. So you see the difference. Instead of paying 510, as you have already started to collect your rentals, you're just paying 40,000 more. So the effective cost on your property becomes 1.2 plus 40. I will say, take it on the max, 1.3 is what your property cost is. Now, on this value, and this is the net rent that we are talking about yearly. So 188 divided by 1.3, so you get around a 14.46%, right? So like almost like a 15% net ROI that we talk about. Now, I have not taken into consideration that every 3 years or 2 years, you can actually increase your rentals by 5 to 10% as per RERA and whatever is happening as per RERA in and around that area, right? And then this office spaces are good because it comes with the payment plan. Amenities, not a lot of people concerns, but definitely when you start using it, you will get to know the act of it, because I'm sure that most of my companies, like who I work with, they go for their tournaments, the football tournaments, for their cricket tournaments in my Danube Sports World, which is just around the corner. Danube Sports World, you rent that cricket pitch per hour for 400 dirhams, and over here you have it for free, like after paying just that minimal service charges. Any questions, guys, on the calculation, or is it clear now? Ravi bhai, would you want me to add anything to it?
No, I hope it's clear.
All
Don't
right.
you think so?
But,
For the initial 3 years, that any of my investor is not going to get that ROI, right?
Yeah, that's right. But he's going to get the property, and he's going to get the appreciation on that particular property during these 3 years.
I got
Yeah. So he will get a property. So basically, it cannot be it cannot be. It's just a moment, like briefing me. Okay.
have you people heard about any building where you have commercial and apartments in the same building? Commercial, I'm saying the commercial offices, not the retail.
Not the retails.
For which of these buildings? And Imtiaz? They have offices also.
Yes, commercial.
Okay.
Any other question about this building? Because I have one, so I want you guys to ask. So when we say, see, Daniel is giving furnished apartment and all the things. So what makes this building different when we call it a hotel apartment, but all other facilities? Because amenities you give it on
Anyways, we give it.
commercial space is something new. Okay.
Correct.
But apart from that, what extra I'm getting out of this building?
Yeah. So you have, yeah, that's I discussed. So you have the concierge service, you have the bellboy services.
Okay.
That is inclusive, and then some of the common areas, coffee machine and all, that is negligible. But there is there, which you will have in a hotel lobby. Plus, there are a la carte services that you can pay for and have it for yourself. You have the valet parking service, you have the housekeeping, you also have the laundry, as well as the personal trainer. Shuttle service is there as well.
Have weekly, like 3 days, 2 days.
What?
Is it chargeable?
Yeah, that is a chargeable thing.
Okay. And one more thing, we can use it for our personal use as well. Because most of the hotel apartments you buy, you have to give it back to the management company, and they will generate return and share some certain portion with you.
Yeah, no, you can use it for your own residential purposes as well.
And it can be a service apartment, not a hotel apartment.
Yeah, like basically they're saying it is in a hotel apartment. It's a service apartment. That's the right word.
That's the right word.
That's the right word.
There is no 5%.
But they are including it because see, we are also having confusion because we are also having the same questions that you guys are having. Because like when it's a hotel apartment, you also have to have a management partner. You have to have someone who is you cannot like I understand where is it coming from. I was just trying to tell whatever I have got from them, because we also ask these questions, because a hotel apartment cannot be like this. Definitely, I take that point. It is a service department, but yes, there are amenities inclusive to it. See, we guys understand all this and we guys can discuss and debate about it, but the thing is we don't have to confuse the client. That is there, but the client,
Sorry to cut you, but when
yeah,
you tell this to client, so we have
he might ask.
pitch as in service apartment, because if you'll say hotel apartment,
Correct.
I'm sure clients can ask you back like, this is not the scenario.
Correct.
No, and since we're pitching it to local clients, definitely they can ask. If it's a hotel apartment, you're saying they are waiving off the VAT. That's why I asked you that are
Yes.
you going to give a document?
There is a document actually which is coming with the inclusive of VAT, that you have paid the receipts that you will get. It will show that you have paid the VAT also.
But if it's a, service apartment should not be, the VAT should not be applicable. Since it's a confusion, so which as per the policies, like
Yes.
service apartment, we are getting services.
Yeah, because for the commercials anyways, we have to show the 5% VAT.
So the per square foot is coming around 2,100 to 2,200, going up to 2,500. Do you think it's a correct price or a good price, Karan, below tier? 2100 से 2400 is the price. Do you think it's a right price for that area?
So sports city, like price per square feet is going somewhere around 1,400. But again, this is coming with a new concept and like with lot of amenities, and there will be something.
But any new building will not have 1,400. Like old buildings, old, I'll definitely understand about 1,400.
No, not the old building, but the new buildings also, like Acube is selling. There are some private developers more which are selling the same bed. They are selling 1 BHK in 1.1, but the sizes are around 750, 800. So per square foot is 14, 1500.
1,500 as well. All right. So, as I said, because of the service departments, number one, because of the payment plan, right? So now, if you see the payment plan, as per the payment plan, the per square feet price, if we take out that, so we discussed how much we paid by the time, like with the 1.3 million, right? 1.3 million I divided by like around 800. So it's like around 1625. Like if I take the effective cost that we actually paid from the pocket. But I definitely understand that there cannot be the best case scenario always. But 1700 or 1800 is going to be the maximum per square feet price that a client will pay from the pocket. Because of the payment plan, he will recover everything else.
But what you will, how you will justify, Pratik, what you will say to client that if he says 1700 is the ongoing price or 1800 or 1600, you're selling me at 2200. Okay, payment plan is there, but still developer is going to take it.
So first of all, the commercial is there. So if people are like staying also, so they will prefer to pay resident taxes. So they will not travel.
Okay. What do you think, Ayan? What will be the logical answer for this? If client asks you that I'm going to pay 2,200, 2,300 per square foot, ongoing rate is 1,500, 600, 700.
Yeah, we'll have to compare between the two different properties that we're talking about. The one that is offering 1,400 per square feet, that must have something different. Why? That is why it's at 1,400 square feet. What they're offering, it justifies their price per square feet. That is why.
Which is commercial space.
Commercial spaces, new concept, the amenities that they're offering, the amenities for the office workers, co-working spaces, and the residents, basically the service departments as well.
Payment plan.
Fully furnished.
Fully good plan.
Vijay, what do you think?
Also payment plan.
I think fully furnished is a good option because most of the developers are not giving fully furnished.
I can get from Ajman, I can get those furnitures in 10,000 dirhams to furnish my apartment. Give me a logical point. Why
I think
should
then
2,200?
effectively you have to give the price that they're going to pay, and because most of the other projects don't have the post handover payment plan.
So you want me to buy it just because of the post handover, just because they're giving me that extra time to pay?
So payment plan I would say is the major USP.
But again, the difference is 700 dirhams per square foot. And any which ways client is asking me, they are giving me time, but they are asking me. And if I'm recovering it from renter, even if I'll buy a 1,500, 600 dirham per square foot wala property, and even if I'm making 10% or 20% lesser return rental out of that, the scenario is same. What do you think? You understood my question? Tell me the answer then. What do you think? Client asked such questions. As he said, it's all about calculation. It's all about the scenarios, yeah.
If you're talking about just of the paid up capital that came out to be 1.3, if you calculate the price per square foot according to that, it's much lesser only.
Right?
So for an 800.
See again, if some private developer is selling at 1.1 and they are getting around 75,000 rented, right? Their ROI would be around 7.5% to 8%. If we show them the calculation that you are only paying say 70% till handover, how much you are paying? The apartment, the smallest is 1.12, so which is again 750,000. So if we calculate the ROI on that amount, the ROI will be higher. But you have to tell this also to the client, for 2.5 years, which is post handover, you're not getting anything. But again, on that thing, you are getting a property which has commercial this and that. But after 2.5 years, after 2031, the ROI of yours would be higher than the ROI of those buildings which are there.
That's number one.
So the number, so I'll just share my opinion. You were there almost, and rightly said. First of all, you cannot compare a private developer with a brand. When you're selling something, you have to show Daniel as a brand because they have launched around 35 odd buildings. You can see their posters everywhere, and now they are coming up with multiple big brands and stuff. So you have to first of all sell it as a brand. Now, when a brand is selling you at 2,200 and a local developer is selling at even 1,100, you cannot compare, because this 1,100 will grow at a certain extent and then stop. You won't even find buyers for that.
That's
Wherein,
correct.
if you're paying extra for a brand, there are higher chances that it will go further up, and the kind of a crowd who would come to you will help you to appreciate or get the maximum appreciation with the time. So it's not only about buying a cheap property against a branded property. Branded property give you sense of security and security for the future. Then again, if it is connected with the concept where I have an office down, I'm staying in the same building. It is giving
Why
me
there is
that
nothing from your
facility
side
as
on
well.
WhatsApp?
So again, I'm telling you, logical points are very important to say, and also when you say it, you have to say it in a way where it is easier for a client to understand. Like you said things which make sense, but again, the flow was not right. So make sure when you present it to a client, why we are selling Shobha Orbis in Motor City, you have multiple options. What logic we give them? They're selling it 1,000, almost 2,000 dirham per square foot. And there is a huge difference. What concept? What people we are telling to people? That's why it's a brand. If brand will go to some other location, even in like Usman, they will not reduce their price. Shobha is selling in Umal Coin at 2,000 dirham per square foot. Okay, let's say it's a waterfront property. Agreed. But again, Danube is now becoming a brand. And even if they'll come up, if they'll go to a location where you have random developers, they cannot reduce their price. They will lose the value of their own brand. So if I'm a brand, if I go anywhere, I know the importance of my brand. Like example, if any real estate brokerage company, for instance, FAM, if they'll open an office in somewhere in Dubai South, do you think people will not go there? They know them as a company. They will travel from Business Bay to that corner and they'll work for them because they are a big brand. I'm relating to a very smaller thing, but again, the importance of brand we have to understand. And when people are comparing, most of the cases people are comparing without any logic. Like okay, like I said, in Motor City you will find even 1,200 also in secondary market.
Definitely.
100% because the area filled with a lot of local developers where they bought the plot long back in late 2009 10 and the market was dead and they built their own building. There was no RERA. The RERA was not that active, and now you cannot compare with Daniel. Okay, it's not about the facilities. I'm telling you, bro. If you tell them payment plan facilities, you cannot compare a brand because of that. You are making it more weaker. When you say developer is giving you flexible payment plan, and that's why you should buy. That's not a proper logic, because you're telling somebody buy it because they're giving you flexibility. No, don't buy it because they are giving you flexibility. Buy it because it's a brand coming with a concept and see the future. What competitions you have? If I am there in Motor City, I mean Sport City as a brand, and all other people are local brands. When I'll go to have my office there, I'll choose Daniel only because I can see it's a brand. Even if I'll call my clients tomorrow, they love to be in my building because when they look around, they'll find common brands, local developers, a cube and all that. We have not even heard about it. We are not sure even next time they'll come up with some new property. So you have to understand. Don't sell. See, these guys are developer. They have a certain script. They'll talk to you, but we have to find more logics to sell, right? And logical point because they'll finish a meeting. Now the real discussion will happen with you. He will start asking you question that why you think I should buy it. Do you really think because he will tell him the logic that because of the payment plan you should buy it. But he will start asking you real question. And do you really think just because they have a comfortable payment plan I should buy it? What are the other logics or why I should invest there when people are buying at certain? So we should be prepared with all these answers. Alright?
That's right. That's right. Just to add on to this, like basically a lot of, can I give you a call back? I'm just in the middle of a meeting. Okay. So basically, just to add to that, you will get a lot of clients with this 1,400 square feet, 1,500 square feet. These are all old properties. Number one, you have to ask the client that are you willing to invest complete capital at the moment? If he's willing to invest, that's fine. We'll talk about the building relations, that what is that in that building that you will not get and what you will get in Danube. That's number one. Now, someone who is a mortgage buyer, right? He will pay an interest which is equivalent to the same property value that you will have, right? So instead of getting the, over here I'm trying with the payment plan to reduce the property value from the face value that you're getting. And with the mortgage, you are increasing your property value. So the capital appreciation that you might get on your property is going to, like, you will kill it, right? That's there. Number three is, you will also have to talk about the projects which are ready by Danube, right? Take an example of Al Furjan, right? Over there, I have 4 building projects: Gems, Pearls, Stars, and Glams. Stars and Glams are my older projects wherein Danube was still learning, to build the properties. Stars and Glams are one of the most highest rent achieving, buildings in that area. Take any other developer, take Danube's in Property Finder. Check how much is the rental. Gems is going at 145,000 minimum for a 2-bedroom apartment. Whereas 110,000 or 100,000 is the actual market value for a 2-bedroom apartment rental in that area. So you have to compare that. Definitely when I talk about the amenities, it sounds very vague, very lame. Yeah, come on man, the amenities are not going to give me that kind of rentals. But definitely it impacts. When a family comes and they see that 20,000 additional, because right now Al Furjan is becoming an area wherein people from JBR and Marina start and coming and living there because of the traffic that they face in Marina. And with the Danube kind of building, they can enjoy everything, and they don't mind paying 20,000 extra for the whole year, because it will be like 1,200 additional for the per month for them. And they get to enjoy so much. So you have to compare like these. That is the reason that Danube's building has the highest rentals. Be it any area, take it Arjan, Miracles, Jewels. Every of these buildings will have the higher rental than the other building, just opposite building you will have, right? Any more questions, guys?
One question I have.
Yes.
I was still starting the calculation.
Yeah.
This 14% or 15% that you calculated, this ROI is from when?
After 2031.
After 2030?
Yeah, that is, so that is the total ROI that I have calculated for after you would have completed the payment plan. As he said, 2031. 15% is the net I'm talking about. Now, if you see per year, now let's say per year,
Earlier also it will start from 15, it will reduce by the time. Same
yes.
concept.
So like
If
1% it will increase.
It will reduce with the time. Then for the final payment, it will again reach up to the same level.
Correct.
So 15 say paid up capital will start. Since you're paying the installments, it will go 15, 14.5, 14.6 because of the payment plan. Once you end up the payment plan, again it will go back to 15 if you calculate like that.
But how it can go back to 15?
Because you're paid the capital from your
Because the price of the property is 1.7, okay, and I'm getting 188. How it can go to
Yeah.
back again to
I mean,
15?
that
I like-
not
Is the ROI not calculated from a paid up capital?
Because if you have realized that, just
Yeah, I'll make it clear over here. Let's understand about the paid up capital we are talking about. Okay, let's understand it from per year. Okay, where did it go?
I can write it here.
I can write it here also.
Just select the pen.
Okay, now how much we paid by the time the property was getting ready? Yeah, and over here you can rent it. Like I'm just taking the net amount, which was 188,000. Okay, after this you can rent it, but for this whole year you will also pay to me payment plan, right? Now 17,000 into 12, so around 204,000 you will pay to me for this whole year. Okay, now 204, 1190 plus 204, so you have 1394 as the paid up value. Now 188 divided by 1394, so it's like around 13.5% for the first year. So I was calculating the complete net, because now let's say if I just reduce this value from here, 188,000 you got already, 188,000, but no, that should not be the right calculation. So this is the actual calculation, that you paid 204,000 more for the whole year. It's 1394.
13 first year, then it will come to 11,
Yes.
then it will come to 10, okay,
Yeah.
and it will be on 10 since then.
And then you can
It will
also
not go
increase.
higher.
It
But
will.
again, as I said, कि हम बाद में वापस क्यों जाएगा? Because we are considering 188 for 3 long years. Like I mean, similar rent for 3 long years. I mean, rent would definitely increase now.
Yeah,
So
there is
consider,
5
even if you consider 200,000 divided by what was the price? 1.75.
1.7 we talked about.
1.7.
It will still be around 10.
1.7, huh? 200 कितना हो गया तभी 11.67% आया तो मतलब हाँ something around that price it would be but again if it increases more
Yeah.
we're talking about commercials it should jump comparatively higher I mean the rent wise
The rent wise, definitely.
the rent wise we cannot give them the similar I hope you guys understood the calculation. It is important. Rather
Yeah.
than the USP, rather than this, we should sell like this.
Yeah, Danube actually sells her numbers and
I
like
would give them a better option to go for a mortgage. I'm going to pay 3.5% or something to the bank, and I'm making bigger amount out of that. Like even for the post handover, like because see the problem is I'm getting around 15,000 return rental, right? And there will be a 1,300 difference which I have to pay back to the developer. See, everyone would not like it maybe, but most of the businessmen they wanted to use bank's money. So even if that 30% if I'll take from the bank, I have to pay a little smaller installment, and I'm making a major part of return, from the release. Hi, Vasim. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, yeah.
I'll just write my number on the board so that you guys can save it.
And what about the confirmation for December? Oh, sorry, August.
I can write now. It seems very odd.
You can write.
So that's my number 0549956192. Vishal Arora. You can save it, and then whenever you have any questions, anything, and Ravi bhai, please one group.
Yeah, we will help you.
Yeah. मुझे सिर्फ सीरीज बाय हार्ट नहीं है हाँ ओके मिल जाएगा इफ यू वांट
हम लोग टाइम्स और ओशंस का भी है running a campaign. Can you just little brief them about that?
Okay.
Because in Oceans we got a inquiry also 3 bedroom car. We don't have.
3 and 2 is like completely sold out.
Directly, are they selling directly? There is some inventory with directly.
Nothing at all, nothing. Two
बोल
like
रहा था ना वो
कौन बोल रहा था
My client was saying that I'm direct in touch with Venue and they are giving me 3 bed plus made in Oceans.
3 bed plus made, it's not there at all.
3 bed plus made है ही नहीं.
मतलब वो तो पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है यार और उसको शायद से किसी से सेकेंडरी में मिल रहा होगा एंड देन यू नो हाउ ब्रोकर्स आर या आई एम फ्रॉम डैन्यूब आई एम फ्रॉम डैन्यूब
Yeah, maybe, but the client
you know
himself is
so like it is from the developer that's what they say you guys took my number yeah anyone who doesn't have it can I all right okay perfect yeah so basically times let's talk about times so times is located in Dubai Silicon Oasis okay uh, it is very near to the plot which is their trias plot right everyone knows that plot so that's the times plot the future aspect of times is you're also going to have one this what do you call the metro station in the Dubai Silicon Oasis as well so that is going to be the future capital appreciation prospect for the Dubai Silicon Oasis and then yeah idhar hi. This is my plot for times okay the good part about the Silicon Oasis is it's very well connected all over Dubai right so anywhere you would want to go from Silicon Oasis literally takes just around 20 minutes or 22 minutes or 25 minutes at the max right what is the reason to it is you are directly connected to the Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed road then from the Alain road you get connected to the Dubai bypass road right and that's not a very crowded road so even if you want to go to the Dubai South which is the new airport it will take you just around 18 to 22 minutes not more than that okay so that is the beauty of the location and definitely you're going to have the metro station, you already have the Silicon Central Mall that you can walk to from our project. And the Silicon Oasis community is such that someone who stays in Silicon Oasis would only want to stay in this location because of the facilities that you have in terms of the schools, because of the academic city. You have the schools, colleges nearby, you have the medical facilitation, and then of course anything that you would need for the habitat of any of the individuals. Okay. Now Times, on the other hand, actually it's one of the only clock towers that you will have in the Silicon Oasis. It's going to be like a landmark. Okay. So it's a 38-storied structure. You have got studios, you have got one beds, you have got two beds as well as three beds, right? The prices are amazing. The studios are starting at around 800,000. Payment plan 70/30, ready by May 2028. Okay. Again, 30 plus amenities for this project. Okay. Then one bedrooms starts at 1.1. Okay, which is the smaller one beds, like around 550 square feet that we were talking about. Then you have one bedroom flexible, which is a 720 square feet, which is at around 1.3 million. Okay. Two beds are around 1.5, 1.6, 800 square feet. Then three beds are around 2 million and plus, like around 1200 square feet. Yeah, tell me.
There are flex options in all of the configurations, right?
Not all of the configurations, only with the one beds and Times. Only for the one beds and Times. That's it. For Aspires, we have flex for all of. Like, anyways, it's flex only. We do not have normals. Like, only one bedroom is there, which is not flex. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much about the project. Anything in specific you would want to know?
Inventory for all the configurations.
Yes, we do have. Silicon Oasis, payment plan, amenities, fully furnished apartments, very good, like the connectivity, right? So that's about it. Those are the major USPs. So the USPs will remain the same for whenever you talk about whenever you talk about Danube's projects. So the major USP will remain the payment plan. That is the major USP. That is what we sell at. But that is a USP. But how you use it, that we were discussing, that how you calculate it and all, that is the major thing, Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I'll share it on the group. Once the group is made, I will share the link wherein you can download all the marketing materials and also the inventories I'll keep on sharing with you guys. That is there. And then you would want to know about what was the project? Oceans. Oceans, okay. So now Oceans is one of my favorite projects, I would say, because I know for the fact that this particular project is gonna definitely be another MR beachfront. I'm going because I'm usually I use the map like this. Yeah, my Sheikh Zayed road is here. हाँ अभी ठीक है. So that's my Oceans ka plot. Okay. You know why I love this particular area is because there is a lot happening in this, right? And most of the plots have been taken by different developers already. Be it Damag, be it Diyar, be it us, be it the Select Group and whatnot. Like there was one more. Omniath is there. That's like there is one developer. Huh? No, beyond I know. Huh? Like something very.
Like 70% complete. The project 70% complete. That one, which is already built there.
No. Right. Some different developer I never heard the name of. Beyond I know. I think Rexon is one of the project. Because that's the only one developer over there that I don't know the name. Otherwise, I know it all. Yeah. Now, why I say that this area has the potential, because a lot happening here, right? A 2 million dirhams of a one bedroom in a waterfront community at this time is not possible, definitely. And we're talking about 750 square feet, definitely not possible. Once you have this area constructed, which is definitely going to happen, so it's not a long term game of a 15 years or a 20 years. Like within 5 years this area is going to be something else. We'll go there, we'll see that this was nothing and this has become so much. Now this 2 million, I can assure you that by the time this area is developed, within 5 to 6 years, you can sell it at 3 million as well. You can sell it at 3.2 million as well. That is what I feel. And I definitely, I'm very confident about this area because यहाँ like I'm sorry, not everyone speaks Hindi, right? Yeah. So over here, you do not have, number one, a lot of land. Whatever land is available has been taken care of, like people are building and all. And then you have a lot to come. Like these are the hotel apartments, then Chelsea ka idhar hi kahin pe plot hai. And then you already have this maritime city that they're going to move from here. The vessels are going to be moving. They will do something else on this area. You will have the offices towers over here. So a lot happening in this area. So initially, if you will remember, when Beachfront was launched, the one bedroom cost was 1.4 million dirham back then, right? Definitely the location is completely different, but we are also going to have one palm over here as well, right? But back then it was launched at 1.4. Currently, if you will see, the market value of that particular project is like bare minimum 3 million. That is what people sell at. Yeah. Yeah, 5 million. One bedroom? Batao. Like I recently just know about a transaction happened on 3.3 million for a one bedroom. Now it's 5 million for the new, like for the old buildings I'm talking about. Like वो कौन सा था, Sunrise Bay, Creek, ये वाला. So like these people, like in the secondary market now, of course it's 5 million plus. So this is the kind of location that can perform equally like that location, you know, that we talked about. So because I see a lot of potential because of the waterfronts and a lot happening in that area, right? So currently I don't have much units available. 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms are not there. And someone has a client for a 3 bedroom. I will just check, like if they are saying that they have a ready client. What is his name, the guy with this? Huh? Ujwal. Okay. So who he left? He's okay. Okay, he's in the washroom. Okay, I'll just check if there is anything available again. No, all were sold at the time of launch itself, because majorly these buildings was bought by the businessmen, business owners in that area. You know.
Sounds like you're referring to a situation where something,
No, I'm not.
an event,
I'm
a relationship, etc.
okay. Thank you. I don't know. This Gemini just keep on scaring me sometimes. Huh. So Ujjwal bhai, I'll just check if somebody is claiming that the 3 bedroom is available to the direct team. I'll just go to the office and check if there is actually the case or it's just bluffing around. And if there is the unit, we'll definitely get it, right? Yeah, yeah. So no, अगर यूनिट है तो मिलेगा, डेफिनेटली मिलेगा. और नहीं है तो फिर कुछ कर नहीं सकते उसके अंदर, राइट? वसल में क्या है? Where? Which? One resident. Al Kifaf क्या है?
मैक्स मेट्रो स्टेशन के साथ में लगा हुआ है.
Yeah, the हाँ exactly the one.
The area is known as Al Khafaf. The Dubai part, Dhabi part,
Wasal one was.
yeah, Wasal One Residences, Max Metro Station, it all comes in Al Khafaf area.
Okay, like this Parkgate Residences और अपना जो the one Zabir. Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. But वो waterfront तो नहीं है. But the location is nice. That's what you mean. Yeah, location of for Vasal तो.
Can you please tell us about the diamonds of
Diamonds also. Okay, I'll just say. I need to. Okay, anyways.
nothing is there.
One last question regarding oceans.
Tell me, bro.
Payment plan is 1%, right? Are there bullet payments in there?
Of course.
So, Demac is selling at the same price, but there are no bullet payments with the same payment plan.
But what is the completion date?
29.
This is 27.
But their all units are completely.
That's correct. That's correct. But Damac is not selling at that price, man.
2.1 is the starting of the one at the
Starting. But you know, I have had my brokers, they have sold 2.9 as well for the like really good units. And back then we sold at 2.1, 2.3 for these one bedroom apartment.
Like, for the payment plan, 1% monthly till the handover.
40 payment plan.
Come up to the same number.
And then this also has a,
Yeah, 40%.
and then it does not have a post handover payment plan, Chelsea, by the way. And then you have to wait. Yes. It has a 35 months post handover payment plan, 3 years post handover. Going to be ready sooner, that means you will start getting your money faster. So my agenda is to get 70% by the time the property is getting ready. That's it. Otherwise, if I had to, my base does not have a lot of bullet payments because it's going to be ready in 2029. So I have enough time to cover that 70%. हाँ मैं इधर चल ये okay. So I'll just tell you a little bit about the area. Okay. So now if you see uptown, you know why this area is called uptown? Because they're trying to replicate a mini downtown in uptown. Okay. I'll tell you the reason. You're going to have a tower which is almost the equivalent height to Burj Khalifa. Not as tall as Burj Khalifa, but they're going to have a tall tower which is going to have the light shows as well as the New Year celebrations and the fireworks, same like the Burj Khalifa has, right? So that is going to be the aspect for your future capital appreciation of the project, because in Burj Khalifa or in downtown, people rent those apartments for 50,000, 60,000 per night, okay, to see that. Now you also have one of the biggest mall of JLT which is coming over here, which is going to be built by DMCC. Then you also have a promenade, same like City Walk, right? Then you also have an MP theater which is actually bigger than the Coca-Cola arena. That is what they are claiming, right? And then you have the fine dine restaurants and everything in then around that area already. Plus the DMCC metro station, where did it go?
It's on the road.
So the DMCC metro station, either hai na, either? So from the DMCC metro station all the way to this tower, you're going to have a sky bridge, same like you have from Dubai, that metro station to the mall. So same like you will going to have over here like a sky bridge that you can walk in AC in the metros as well. So our building is just another corner to that. So that means that you can also walk in the sky bridge to reach our building. But anyways, the walkable distance is just 7 minutes from here and 2 minutes when you drive. Okay. Now talking about the views of the building, this is the building that has to be sold on the views. So you have Jumeirah Islands on this side wherein you see the villas, and it's a completely unobstructed view forever. Sorry?
It will get blocked by
Altiria for apna Ellington. I don't think so, because this is how long is the tower?
I think it's 36, 37 crores.
Yeah, so 36. Like, are you sure on that? Yeah. Okay. Amir?
No, it will not get blocked.
So basically, so so basically, खलास मैं कुछ नहीं बोल रहा हूँ अभी. So basically, whenever you'll see the apartments are placed in a way that the view is never going to be blocked, and then anyways ये वाला तो अभी 23 floors पर है. So like maybe 12th floor onwards we are starting our apartment. So there is not going to be the blockages of the view anyways whatsoever. Now on the other side. On the other side, it's the complete open view, which will never be blocked. But yes, there are buildings already. So it's the uptown and the seaside. And then over here, you have your city. So someone who is liking the city lights, they can take in this side, or someone who's wanting an unobstructed view, a beautiful view, they can take the Jumeirah Island side. Okay. Studios are sold out. We do not have studios. We have one beds at around 1.8. Okay. 1.8. That's the available inventory. Starting price was 1.75.
What the size?
Around 750 square feet, 700 square feet.
So around 22 to 2500 per square feet.
हाँ, kind of, you can say. थोड़ा कम ही है उससे. Right? Then you have payment plan, which is a 5 years post handover payment plan over here. So you're paying 70% by the time the property is getting ready. So 1.8 पे you're paying like around 1.26, something we discussed. And उसके बाद you have 9,000 to pay over a period of 60 months. So basically you are just paying 70% and that's about it. Rest everything else your rentals will take care. No, we have just made it a flexible one. Initially it was 1% for 30 months. Now it is 0.5% for 60 months. November 2027. November 2027. Why I am doing this for you? You wanted diamonds.
From somewhere that diamonds is a nice project, right?
It is good. That's why, because you were emphasizing too much, so that's why I'm discussing diamonds for you specifically. 3 beds are like around 3.8, 3.7 like that. Size is 1600 square feet.
Times, you got
Yeah, I got give them the information on times.
Do you think it is too late to market this new project?
No, it's not too late. We have not even started the allocations. We are still on the UI.
Is the launch expected launch?
Probably by the end of this month. Like, we're trying to do it this month itself, so that we start and then we get all the sales done this month itself.
How many total units we have?
So
I'm asked residential.
residential around 400, 200 around office spaces. Yeah. You can market, you will still have a good, because QR code hai nahi, so not a lot of people are marketing. Only the few developers who are like, yeah, will market, those are marketing. So the leads flow is a little less. And then whatever you are getting is the cream leads, right? So it is the right time that right now the people are already getting aware, and then very few agencies have started the marketing. And now when you start the marketing, you'll get the actual leads who are wanting to get converted. So those leads which were floating in the market, be it with the experience with the guys you have, the professional people, definitely you will be able to close them.
So you are not really closely working with Daniel. We are
Uh-huh.
just starting. So
Okay.
initially we need your support.
Definitely, anytime.
Maybe they'll call you because these days even clients are like that. I mean, when you're calling them for a meeting, they'll they'll not give you exact time, and suddenly they'll say, okay, I'm ready to meet.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
they cannot confirm the meeting time prior.
But whenever you're on the way with the client, just at least call me then, so that I can be prepared. And if I am not there, I would try to do your meetings definitely. But if at all I'm not aware, I can give that meeting to someone else. So that can be there, so that you guys can be catered. But yeah, you're standing in my office and saying that I have a client. Definitely, you were picking up the client from somewhere. You are planning to come to my office, but at least tell me like 15 minutes, 20 minutes prior to your time. I'll keep myself available 99% of the times. There might be 1% of the time that I might be busy in the meeting, and then I'll give you someone else. So just whenever you're making your way towards my office, give me a call. And prior notice is always better. But yeah, definitely, अगर नहीं होता है तो we can accommodate. ठीक है. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Pleasure meeting you all. All the best, and let's expect some UIs as soon as possible. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, tell me.
Making the group, is it possible to share the inventories on a daily basis?
Yeah, I can do that.
Because it's a hassle, waiting for the. Currently, I face because I'm trying to push Denu, but then
Okay.
I have to face to bring the inventory, then call the
No
client.
worries. No worries. Whenever you face anything, you took my number, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you have anything, whenever you have any of the questions, any queries, you can text me directly.
Because even
I'll
I
give it to
don't
you.
want to bother you with every inventory. If we're getting it early morning, so it's good for the whole day.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, let's say if I miss it,
Yeah,
ask me.
done.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Looking forward as well. Ayan Vishal. Okay.
ठीक है भाई, आप कितने टाइम से डैन्यू में?
5 साल हो गए यार. It's like 5 years.
डैन्यू में ही?
Daniel Mehi, yeah. 5 years now.
कहाँ से आप?
I'm from, like, my born place is Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior.
अच्छा, आप
And my
लोग
second
भोपाल?
home. You're from Bhopal? Oh, wow. Cheers.
मैं झांसी।
My-
अरबाज भाई के साथ थे ना आप?
अरबाज अपने ऑफिस में ही है. वो भोपाल से ही है. Yeah.
सेम कॉलोनी वाले हैं हम लोग।
क्या आप बात करो, बट काम उसके साथ नहीं करना है. भाईचारा नहीं दिखाना वहाँ पे.
नहीं, आप भी हो भाई।
चलो.
सही है भाई, एमपी वाले लोग।
ये वाला प्लॉट,
हाँ, यही वाला प्लॉट है.
एल्टीरिया का।
एल्टीरिया का कौन सा है?
एल्टीरिया
यहाँ
पे।
वो वहाँ कहाँ से भाई ब्लॉक करेगा यार व्यू.
कर रहा है वो तो बोला। ये जो मेरा है।
अरे वो बुलाना यार बंदे को. मुझे लगा ये वाला
ये
एल्टीरिया
अपन
प्लॉट
ने
है.
ये बेचा हुआ है।
हाँ, तो इसमें कहाँ ब्लॉक
मैप
होगा?
दिया था। और यहाँ पे उन लोग का पाल्मा वाला बहुत अच्छा है भाई। इट्स ग्रेट।
क्या चीज़?
ये पूरा पाल्मा का प्लॉट है।
हाँ.
ठीक है, पूरा पाल्मा का प्लॉट है. कंस्ट्रक्टिंग अ कम्युनिटी.
Wow.
फैंटास्टिक.
Palma is what, a developer?
या पाल्मा मतलब हाई एंड है, और उसके पाम में प्रोजेक्ट्स अच्छी जगह पे प्रोजेक्ट.
अच्छा, Palma. Okay, yeah, I know about this.
construction.
Am I getting recorded here?
आई डोंट थिंक सो. सो बहुत अच्छा, पूरी कम्युनिटी लोग बना रहे हैं. लिंक्डइन ने ये वाला प्लॉट लिया है, और लिंक्डइन ने यहाँ पे कुछ प्लॉट लिए हैं, बट दीज आर लाइक लो राइज एंड दीज विल बी लाइक हाई राइज. सो यहाँ बट यहाँ पे जो मैंने अपार्टमेंट, मेरे को अच्छे से पता है व्हाट वी हैव सोल्ड दिस इज लाइक स्ट्रेट टू Jumeirah 5219. ब्लॉक नहीं हो रहा, वो सब नहीं हो रहा. ये तो बहुत अच्छा. आई डोंट नो व्हाई इज दिस टेकिंग सो मच ऑफ टाइम.
No, it's just that the right awareness is not there in the market. What do you? Okay, yeah, take it.
Finished, right?
Yeah, finish.